a musical instrument, a serious profession. It takes time to build required skills. Let's consider just some everyday learning things that we've done.
You're listening to CFRN, a community of believers.
The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
And how we do it, call toll-free 1-866-928-3310. And we'll send you out a no-obligation information kit absolutely free. 866-928-3310. The CFRN Emini Futures Cast is now on Stitcher. Listen to us on your iPhone, Android phones, BlackBerry, and WebOS phones. Stitcher is smart radio for your phone. Find it in your app store or at Stitcher.com. Stitcher Smart Radio, the smarter way to listen to radio.
Are you ready, Steve? Andy? Yeah! Bert? Well, all right, fellas. Let's go!
You're listening to CFRN, the Christian Financial Radio Network.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download at www.audibletrial.com/CFRN. Over 85,000 titles. Choose from mystery, romance, religion, science, technology, business, New York Times bestsellers, even children's books. You name it, Audible has it. With 85,000 titles to choose from, you're sure to find the perfect audiobook for yourself or to give as a gift, and it's absolutely free. Just point your browser to audibletrial.com/CFRN. That's audibletrial.com/CFRN. And become a part of the audiobook revolution by downloading your free audiobook today. audibletrial.com/CFRN.
Hey trader, want to get rich quick? Well, good luck with that. If on the other hand you actually want to learn how to trade, the place to be is www.cfrn.net. Tune in Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern for our daily devotional, and then spend the next 3 hours learning how it's done from professional traders who actually trade for a living. That's www.cfrn.net. Every trading day from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. CFRN, a community of believers who trade for a living.
Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the CFRN Emini Futures Cast. This is the daily broadcast of Indeterminate Length, where we discuss all things Emini, along with some really big ideas on the finer points of trading gold, bonds, crude, sugar, the euro, and even T-bills. Joining us today from our studios in Boston, Mr. Michael Bork. From our trading desk in Chicago, Mr. Burton Schlichter. Now, to get things started, let's go to our host and founder in Studio A, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park. Here's Dwayne.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. Today is Friday. Everybody's been working for the weekend. Here it is. Okie doke. Thanks so much for joining us. Welcome to the show. If you're returning, welcome back. If you're here for the first time, a very special welcome to you. We are glad to have you with us on this fine Friday. We're looking at a monthly chart right now. If you can't see that chart, go to... Never mind. We're still having website issues. CloudBrick is the culprit. Well, it's a toss-up between Squarespace and CloudBrick. I think they're both pointing the finger at each other. GoDaddy just stands off in the corner with his arms folded and says, I got nothing to do with it. So there you go. I won't even bore you with the details. I probably already bored you with it, so I won't bore you again. But for those of you who can see the chart, go to youtube.com/CFRN. CFRN/live. You'll see a live simulcast of the show right there each and every day, thanks to the good folks at YouTube. All right, a little bit of news. CoinHive, the creator of the in-browser cryptocurrency miner that has become instrumental in numerous cryptojacking campaigns. Have you been cryptojacked? As well as in many funding projects with noble causes, closed down. Its team explained that due to the current price of Monero, the main cryptocurrency the software mints, as well as the drop in its hash rate after the last fork, mining is not economically viable anymore. Service will be terminated March 8th, according to a blog post published on CoinHive's website. The drop in hash rate over 50% after the last Monero hard fork hit us hard. So did the quote-unquote crash of the crypto market, with the value of XMR depreciating over 85% within a year. Its authors point out that the next hard fork and algorithm update of the Monero network, scheduled for March 9th, has also contributed to their decision to discontinue CoinHive. Mining will not be operable anymore after March 8th, 2019. User dashboards will be accessible until April 30th. This will allow them to initiate their payouts in case their balances are above the minimum payout threshold. It's been a blast working on this project over the last 18 months. Thank you all for the great time we had together. That's from the developers. About $7.7 million worth of the EOS cryptocurrency has been stolen by a hacker. The theft was revealed last week in a Telegram post by a community of EOS cryptocurrency owners called EOS 42. According to a report by ZDNet, the heist took place after one of 21 maintainers of an EOS blacklist failed to do its job. The unnamed user who discovered the hack followed a standard security procedure of the EOS blockchain, allowing the blacklisting of malicious accounts. It involved notifying the top 21 block producers of the malicious account's EOS address. These miners are supposed to update a blacklist of banned EOS addresses. Digital asset trading platforms use the list to ban malicious accounts and prevent the transfer of stolen funds. However, the system implemented to prevent hacks failed to do so in this case. And a crypto businessman who made headlines last December with a money-throwing stunt on a street in Hong Kong was arrested this week. Wong Chin Kit is suspected of fraud related to the sale of cryptocurrency mining equipment, according to the Hong Kong Economic Journal. The news outlet says that a 25-year-old entrepreneur has been detained along with a member of his company. Both men have been accused of conspiracy to defraud investors by selling them mining devices for a cryptocurrency called Filecoin. Hong Kong police conducted searches in Wong's office and the homes of the two, seizing cash, documents, and computers. Law enforcement officials have also frozen assets belonging to Wong's company at an estimated value of around 5 million Hong Kong dollars or 600,000 US. There you have it, a little bit of news. Let's take a look at the numbers from around the world. These will be cash markets. We'll get back to the futures in just a second. All right, the Dow currently up 28 points. NASDAQ up 23. S&P 500 up 6. And the Russell 2000 up almost 1. No movers, no shakers. Crude oil down $1.50. Now that's over 2.5%. That's definitely a mover and a shaker. Trading 55.72 last. And gold down $13.60. It's over 1%. Trading 1302.30. In the Asian markets, at the close, the Nikkei posted a gain of 217 points. Shanghai posted a gain of 53. The Hang Seng added 178. For the Shanghai and the Nikkei, those are both gains of over 1%. In fact, for the Shanghai, it's almost a 2% gain. Last but not least, in the European markets, the FTSE added 32 at the close, the DAX 86, and the CAC 24. Green day in Asia, green day in Europe. Green day so far in the US of A. With that, let's go to Michael, grab a recap of what happened in the live training room today. I'll be back. We'll take a look at some charts. We'll talk to John. And, of course, answers to all your questions.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Let me grab the charts from you.
All right.
And I'll put them up here. Okay. And one more thing.
Outstanding.
Spreadsheet. There we go.
It's all yours.
Okay. Got it, Dwayne. Let me clear my throat. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Friday, the first day of March, 2019. Okay, if you have not taken the free trial, and you want to take the free trial, go to the home page at CFRN.net. I mean, I know right now the site is down, but I'm just going to say this anyway. Go to the home page at CFRN.net, hit apply.cfrn.net, and it'll bring you to this page. Where all we ask for is your email, your first name, and how you found us. Hit the submit button, and you'll be sent a confirmation link. You must click on the confirmation link. Okay? If you don't click the confirmation link, you will not get a free trial. But right now, we are having issues with the site. And let me just go over here and see if it's still down. Yep, still down. Yeah, so all that money we're paying to Google right now is getting wasted. Anyway, so go to the homepage at CFRN.net. Okay, and let's just jump to the spreadsheet. Okay, if you're going to read the spreadsheet, you got to read all the CFTC risk disclosures down at the bottom. Today is the first day of March 2019. Today we made 10 ticks on the euro, 5 ticks in crude, 10 ticks in gold. That put us at 212.50. Today it took 57 minutes and 6 trades to get to the goal for the day. At that time, we were up 101.25. We took a total of 10 trade opportunities this morning, but we missed a bunch of them. Missed a whole bunch because I was going through stuff and helping people and talking to people and answering questions. So on the month, obviously, it's the first day of the month, so we're up 212.50. The average is 212.50. On the year now, 4,311. That's over 38 days, averaging 113 per day. 48 days, 38 days. No, how many days? 38 days, averaging 113 per day. Okay. So let's take a look at this on a larger time frame. That is just crazy right there. Yeah, gold got killed during the break here. It got just killed. Let's see. On gold for us today, we had a +2 right here. That was a close above the trend line. Because the cycle was the wrong color, we had to wait for a close above the trend line. Okay, and we got +2 on that. That would have been a momentum going into dynamic resistance right there. That's why we didn't highlight that. Then the slingshot was not giving it up. And then we had a couple over here that we missed. One there and one there that we missed, both winning trades. We had a couple more over here that we missed. One here and one here, both break-even trades. Another one here. That was a nice winning trade. And then we get into the break. During the break, you see, I don't know right here because it was probably pushing the low of the day in, but it ran all the way down to 1,300 again. Okay, and if we're going to have John on in a little bit here, then I'm sure he'll be talking all about that. But we ended with +10 on gold. Okay, now the euro, what do we get on the euro? +10 on the euro as well. Okay, now we missed the first opportunity right there. That was a profitable, would have been a profitable trade. We missed this one right here, which is the highest probability trade setup that we have. We missed that one. And then I got in this one and I accidentally got out, so I got back in and I got one tick. I got one tick when I accidentally got out, and then I went back in at the same price and I got 4 more ticks. So I got 5 ticks total right there, 5 more ticks right there to put us at plus 10 and a break even there. Okay, then I missed that one, and that would have been a profitable trade. Okay, now we'll get over here to crude oil. Do you remember the other day where on anybody that was in the room on Wednesday before the crude inventories came out, I had highlighted this area right here when it looked like it was never going to get down there because it was way, way, way up high. Let's do it this way. Okay, Wednesday was February 27th. Okay, February 27th. And this is when the crude inventories came out right here. But before the crude inventories came out, I had said, look for it to get back to this level right here. All right. And it did it today. It came all the way back down to that level today. And you guys remember me saying that? You can see that I drew it way over there. And it came back and hit it like to the tick today. That happens over and over and over again. But anyway, on the crude, what did we do? Let's scroll all the way back here. All right, our first trade on the crude was right here. We ended up with a break even. In the pre-market, there was a nice trade right there on the crude. But we ended up with a break even. We missed a trade right here that would have been a break even. And we picked up 5 ticks right there. Okay, and then we didn't do anything in here because the cycle was going up too steep. And then, you know, the slingshot was just all messed up in here. Dwayne's onion. The slingshot was just all messed up in here, so we couldn't do anything. It had to reset. And I said, so look for another move down, and then we'll get some more short trades probably. Now, we had one opportunity right here, but right here, you see I put this little note in here for myself, so I would know why I didn't do anything with these. It's because it was pushing the low of the day. Okay, this one right here was a momentum long trade, and that would have been a break even. And then the slingshot wasn't giving anything up until over here. Now, over here, this was also the low of the day right here that it was pushing. Okay, so you're probably not going to get any trade setups in there. Not the normal trade setups that we do anyway. Okay, not the normal trade setups that we do. And over here, it just got really sideways. You could have gone long here. We would have had a break even and not done anything else. Okay, but we ended with +5 on crude. And on the ES. Okay, hold on. All right, on the ES, it was just really choppy. Almost all day, it was really choppy. Dun, dun. We took one trade right in here, and we got a break even on it. And came all the way over here. Hang on. Yeah, all the way over here. There was a short trade here that we missed that would have stopped you out to the tick, and then went down and did what it should have done. And that was it for the ES, it looks like. Okay, so let's look at this on a bigger time frame. Okay. All right. So we're just going to go with that. Bring this back up, the spreadsheet. If you're going to read the spreadsheet, you got to read all the CFTC risk disclosures down at the bottom. Okay, all the CFTC risk disclosures down at the bottom. Now, excuse me. As I said, today is the first day of March 2019. We made 10 ticks in the euro, 5 ticks in crude, 10 ticks in gold. That put us at 212.50 on the morning session. Okay, Today it took 57 minutes and 6 trades to get to the goal for the day. At that point, we're at 101.25, and we took a total of 10 trade opportunities today. So on the month now, we're up 212.50. That's over one day, averaging 212.50. On the year, we're at 4,311. That's over 38 days, averaging $113 per day. Okay. Okay. Now, I'll go through this again for the video, but the website is not working right now. To take a free trial with us, go to the homepage at CFRN.net. Right here it says apply.cfrn.net, and click on that, and it'll bring you to this page. Where all we ask for is your email, your first name, how you found us, hit the submit button. Once you do that, you'll be sent a confirmation link. You must click on the confirmation link. Okay. If you don't want to click on, if you don't click on the confirmation link, we don't know that you took the free trial. Okay. And this is my new handout with the trade setups. Well, that's not actually it. It's close though. I changed it around just a little bit, put more information in there. But if anybody wants that, there's one in the handout section right now. Yeah, I'm going to delete that one and I'll put in a new one. You'll be able to get it out of the handout section here in just a minute. Hang on. Hang on. There. Yeah, you can grab it in there now. This is the actual one. You see I put 5 easy steps in the entry point information. And tried to clean it up a little bit for you. You know, the variation right here, if the cycle is the wrong color and or the price does not reach the BBC, then you need to draw a trend line. I wish there was some way I could highlight that, because that's important. I'll check into that and see if I can figure that out. What variation? I don't know. Okay, so what was I saying? Apply.cfrn.net will bring you to this page. Email, first name, how you found us, submit, and then you got to hit the confirmation link. Oh, 5 easy pieces. Okay, and then you got to hit the confirmation link. Okay, once you hit the confirmation link, then you'll be sent all the information you need to get into the trial. Right now, though, with the website being down, you can just email support@cfrn.net. Just email support@cfrn.net and just put free trial in the header. Okay. And hopefully we'll get that website up today or tomorrow. I think it's probably something really simple. Okay. With that, we can pass it back out to fabulous Phoenix, Arizona, South Mountain, Studio A, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park.
It's huge.
It's a huge city park.
Well, let me tell you.
Get lost in that park.
Big stuff. I took a picture the other day and I forgot to put it in Telegram. I went up the hill from my house to the very top, where you can see the whole city. You can see the valley all the way from Surprise to Paradise Valley. It's pretty incredible. But I digress. There's a ring of mountains around the valley. That's, I guess, what makes it a valley. And they were all snow-capped. Not just lightly dusted. They had a pretty healthy blanket of snow on them. You don't see that very often. That's your global warming at work. So, recap of the recap.
Today, it took 57 minutes and 6 trades to get to 101.25. It's the one that says trade setup. It's not trade setups, it's trade setup.
Yeah, Abdullah, Mohammed, Ed Kapinski, Soros. How do you lay awake at night dreaming those up?
Yeah, that's what he does. Yeah.
Or you just pull a random driver's license out of your wallet, or is that on your passport? Okay, all right. So, worst December since 1931. That's what they told us. Now we started this rally December 26th. Here's January. Here's February. Got no March candle yet? Guess not. First day of the month. Seems like there should be. Let's look at the daily. Certainly we have a daily candle. dailies for a moment. We are. So we're up in this area. We've talked about it most every day. This is a daily chart of the S&P 500 Emini Futures. We had a high back last October, and then we had a leg and a retracement high also in October, and then another retracement high in November, and then there's one at the beginning of December before the big decline. And now the recovery, which is taking us right back to this area. If I've never mentioned it to you, let me say this: important prices and important areas are almost always tested. And so that's kind of what we're doing here at this quadruple top. Has it rolled over yet? Nope. Has the step line crossed? Yeah. Do we have a close below? Do we have a close below that step line? We don't. Oh. You want to explain these? We put them on last night in the workshop.
Sure. What we are
Tell
looking at here.
about it.
Yeah, what we are looking at here. All these trend lines. You're looking for a close above the trend line to continue the trend. Okay. Every time it pulls back, you're looking for a close above that trend line to continue the trend. You know, you're anticipating it's going to pull all the way back down to the BBC, but it does not pull all the way back down to the BBC every time. And when it doesn't pull all the way back down to the BBC, that's when you need that trend line. And down there in the slingshot, I mean, it's the same thing as we do in the training room every morning. Same thing, over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. You get a close up above that trend line.
This is a daily chart, but this is a daily chart, not a range chart.
Oh, it doesn't matter. The only difference is the risk. That's all. I mean, the patterns are the same. The patterns are the same. They always have been. And you know, what we're teaching you in a 4-tick range, you can do in a 5-minute, you can do in an hour, you can do in a daily, you can do in a 1 minute, you know, whatever you want, whatever suits you. But in this case, you know, a lot of these closes are actually above the MA1 as well. Now, the risk management has got to be different with the daily chart, you know, because you can have a bar, like let's say that first one, that first bar, that's a whole day's worth right there. So your risk is going to have to be, you know, down below the prior swing low, and you know.
Here's the average daily true range right here. Now those little bitty candles, 38.8 points, the average daily range. Now that's going back 14 days, unless I change the default. Did I change the default? I changed the default. Okay, because this is a daily chart.
Right.
So I'm going to look at 30 days. And that dropped us 10 points on the average from, was it 38? Is that what it was? Yeah.
I don't know, my headset.
It dropped us to 28.
Okay. I have a new headset coming on Sunday.
Cool. So now think about that, guys. From the high to the low each day, the average range over the last 30 days. Now let's tighten it down. Let's just look at this week. We'll go 5 days. So now we're down to 20.4 over this week, and so you can see how this thing just leveled off here. All right. Something bound to happen one way or the other. We don't try to second guess the market. We just want to follow its lead, and we've had 2 weeks now back to back where it started over here. Let me blow this up so you can see it. The daily. We leveled off here and we got a punch last Friday, and then this week has just been pretty lackluster. Now from where we are now at 27.92, which or 80, we're at 92.93. Yeah. So from there, from 92.93, a drop back to the BBC That would take us from, I'll call it 94 to 54. A 40-point S&P drop. Could that happen in a day? It could. That's 400 points on the Dow. Will it happen? At some point, price is going to retrace. We're going to get a decent retracement. Like from here, look over here. This high was 26.32, and then this retracement low was 26.12. I'm sorry, the high was 26.77. The retracement low was 26.12. So that's a 50-point drop right there. 500 Dow points. To think that we don't have something like that coming here, well, everyone has their opinion, their narrative, their way of looking at the market. Mike says, the difference of this top is the other three hit that area and quickly got rejected, and this time the market has spent a lot of time at this area. Well, yeah, okay. This one was up here a couple days. This one's up here a couple days. This one was pretty quickly rejected. And this wick shows some rejection. As this thing starts to follow, we've been up here. You could argue we've been up here for 2 weeks. You really could. So is this a rounding top? Well, we won't know until we take out at least 27.75, which is a weekly trading zone this week. Let's go back to the 30-minute. Okay, I left something. Okay, so this is last night in the workshop. We talked about this in detail. I drew this arrow here, which, here, let me shrink it. I did not also do this in the workshop last night. So from that bearish cross, if you just go straight across, takes you right to the, remember on Sunday night we had a gap higher open and it ran real hard in the first couple minutes and then it reversed, and so it's that same area right there. Boom, boom. We ran up, hit the zone 28.14, came back, and now here we pulled all the way back to the 87.88, and right here's the 99.800, and then right here in the middle we've got that 27.91/92 from last week. And it's worth mentioning, I think Joseph mentioned it this morning in the Telegram channel, that this swing high was also at a weekly trading zone from last week, which is 2807/2808 right there. Now this 91.92 has been a very sticky spot for the market all week. It goes below it, comes back to it, above it, back to it, below it. That same sticky area, like we had a sticky area last week. And so after this run up today, which was impressive, a sell off. Now we had a swing and a miss on the ISM manufacturing number. It wasn't a blowout. It wasn't anything that horrible. I thought this was a bit of an overreaction, but apparently it wasn't, because that seems to be the direction the market wants to go. So the question we had this morning was, okay, is this the beginning of the thing? The thing? What thing? Well, the thing we're just talking about. This is the shallowest Fibonacci retracement right here. A more likely, in my opinion, is a 38, which takes us all the way back to 26.30. That's a 60-point S&P drop, a 600-point Dow drop. Does it happen today? Does it happen Sunday night? Has it already begun? That's the question. Is this the beginning? Okay, because in all of these types of moves, you're going to see an extreme move in one direction or the other, and then it's going to get capped. don't want to be too quick to say that, because look here, we ran all the way up to 28.14, which is the next to the highest weekly trading zone for this week. Ran up on Monday, February 25th, right about noon, tagged it. We haven't been back up there. We had this noise. Now, this sometimes is referred to as a transition. I've called it a sticky area. You can call it that. You can call it a transition. The market is transitioning from a period of climbing to a period of not climbing. So got a lower high here. This thing could most certainly turn down. Now if I extend that, how long does it take price to reach this area? Well, look right across here. Most likely some good support in that area. And that takes us to 2668. And I think we said 2660 would be a potential number. Go back and look again. Daily. Yeah, the BBC on the daily is at 2750. You can play with it, make it look like 2760. Okay. So 2760 is right here. That'd be a pretty steep drop. So it's going to take more days. If that's how the market unfolds. Okay. So we can see that this whole area here is the potential for good support. Now this is just on a 30-minute chart, all the way across here, here. That's a lot of stuff. And so as this thing is transitioning, how do we know when it's breaking out of that transition mode? Well, when it takes out these lows here and these tops and maybe this bullish cross, you know, it'll get to go out on the downside if the market's going to do that. And we just want to have an understanding of the dynamics so that we're ready to do whatever it is we need to do along with it. Now today we had a bullish cross last night at 2200. We got no pullback to the BBC until this morning. Off the open, yeah, the opening 30-minute candle right here. This was a bullish open. We actually had an alert up here at 2808, and I think it triggered us in by one tick. Yep, 28.25. This has been the most challenging week in 29 weeks. We typically average on the alerts about 20%, which is a conservative number. Yeah, but I like that. We average 20% on stop outs. This week, I think we're at 30%, which says I don't believe we've ever broken. There might have been one week in the 29 where we were in the same area, but by and large, it's just a difficult week. So if you've struggled out there with your trading, if you've had some things this week that, man, it's broken. Well, no, it's not broken. It's just in a different state. That's all.
Like I said, I had my worst day in a year and a half this week.
Right.
In the room. And, well, we recovered from it. It's no big deal. It's one day. Don't let one day or even 1 week define you as a trader. Yeah.
And so if you look over here on this chart on the left, right? So leg and a retracement and legs, and we're doing something. And then we're retracing from that something. And then we put in another leg. And then we retrace from that something. And then we put in another leg. Now, you see how the market has just ran into, you hear me say, price will keep going up or down until the current price runs into some force greater than itself. Be it sellers in a rising market or buyers in a falling market. See, here, sellers took hold of this, drove it down, price got below the BBC, they drove it down, buyers stepped in right here, pushed price back above the BBC. There we go, leg, retrace, leg, We'll struggle here, back up, take a running start, boom. But now this is different. So all we can do is wait for it to come undone, so to speak. This 2788, if you look, now we have a zone at 8788. So we've come down, touched the weekly trading zone right here. Hey, let's back up. Get rid of about 90% of this stuff. It's cramping my style. If you have any questions about anything, put them in the chat box. Oh, there's a webinar today at 4. Val, can you put the link in the chat box and sprinkle it in the Telegram channel for anybody that wants to come? Just Q&A session, answer your questions. That's it. Okay. All this stuff out there.
Let me see if I remember how I did that.
Oh, I see. Just right click on your chart.
Yeah, right click on the chart.
Go to view and then go down here to right margin. Click that. And then scroll to the right and you'll see it. Got it, Ken? Okay. Yeah, I like to have this space over here too. Some people work the right edge. I don't. I like to be able to visualize whatever it is I think's happening. Yeah, you're welcome. So this 91.92, I'm going to leave that on this chart in purple because I want us to be able to take a look at it next week. Now, this business here, we had drawn this in yesterday, but it really, I'm not going to change the angle, am I? Yeah, I am. If I brought it down to here, kicked it out to here, well, where we do this. So we have to conform to whatever price is doing now. The question is, can we conform to it? Can we draw a trend line that works here? And can we create a channel that works here? We can, I think. So we're going to get rid of this blue line. And all these arrows are very distracting. Okay, so we gotta make this one go away. Copy this one, paste it so we get the exact same angle. There we go. All right, so we got a channel going this way, which is now broken, and this channel here broke to the upside. Now we're this move that broke the downward channel has its own channel from the bottom to the top to the bottom to the top to the bottom. So once it goes back to the middle of the channel, it becomes a 50-50 deal. If it's going to the top, going to the bottom. From down here at the trend line, the high probability is that it goes back to the middle, okay, and it's attempted that. May go higher. We have this zone right overhead at 27.99/800. We just came off this zone at 87.88. And you can't help but notice that we came right back into that 91.92. But I guess more importantly for this week, came back to touch the zone, which is where we consolidated here and here and here. Made a run at the zone, got the last week's 2807, 2808, and here we sit. Now, the last thing in our rearview mirror is a bearish cross. Is it possible that we pull up, tag this zone, find good resistance, churn down, and it becomes a leg, a retracement, and a leg? If that starts to manifest, just be aware that 2787/2788 is the weekly trading zone right below, and as it gave support here and here And here you have to anticipate it's going to give good support, as well as the bottom of this channel. Both are going to be good support until proven otherwise. So as we rally up here, that's Friday afternoon. Not a lot happens on Friday afternoon, but you know, anything can happen. Old saying, never sell a quiet market. Why? I don't know, but that's what they say. So you should probably all pay attention, right? Did you get that link in here, Val?
No, she did not. I'll go see if I can find it. Yeah.
Oh, I got it right here. That's no problem. I'll grab it.
Okay. Did you put it in the other chat? Maybe. Nope.
Make sure I got the right one. I got it. Alright guys, in the chat box, this is the, and I'll put it in the other one as well. There you go. So there's the link, 4 p.m. Eastern, Q&A session. If you've been on the trial, got any questions, you want to go over anything, be happy to sit with you, chat with you, talk with you, answer any questions that you have. Okay. All right, I don't see John
No, I
in the
didn't see
chat
him.
room. All right, not a lot else to cover today. Oh, we did have a move in crude. There was a move in crude. Oh, and a move in gold.
Yeah.
We should look at the move in gold. Now,
Gold
crude
and
is
crude.
at 50. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say during the break there was a huge move in gold, right down to 1,300, and crude too. It was big moves down, both of those today. It was weird that everything was going down today. At one point, everything was dropping. You know, typically the euro and gold will go opposite the ES, and the ES and crude will usually run together, one way or the other. Usually, but today everything was going down.
Bearish cross. Price pulls away. Price pulls back to physically touch. Down close. Sell the open of the next candle, which would be 13.15, give or take. So from 13.15, we dropped all the way to 1,300. That's quite a move. Now let's look at this on a daily for a minute. Okay, so looking at the entire leg, some will argue it starts back here. I don't want to argue. So from the low to the high, we just dropped through the 24. Looks like we're heading for the 38, and the 38 looks like a pretty reasonable spot. If we can do an about face and claw its way out of there, let's just see what that looks like. From here to here. And if we pull back to the 38. Yeah, 38 pin. Yeah, right about there. 100% extension could take us back above any recent highs, substantially higher. So the gold bull's not dead yet, just getting a retracement. This could become a big move off the 38, and that looks like where we're headed. Yep. Our lowest weekly zone on gold was 1305/06, so it's taken that out by just a little bit. And there's the crude move. We dropped from, what was the Concierge Trade Alert last night on crude? Last night we said to consider selling crude at 56 1/4. So it's down about 50 cents off of that. A little more, almost 75. Okay. Okay, still looking for that ES to come back, pull back into the BBC here, and is it going to power through it? And we just got to get through the BBC and the zone, double duty. The path of least resistance would be a leg down to the bottom of this channel and also the zone. And of course 91.92 gets in the way of both of those. But that's what we'll look for. Okay, good word for the day. Before you borrow. Yep, it's that money talk. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Give me just enough to satisfy my needs. Proverbs 38. When you think about it, you can be rich in one of two ways. Either in how much you have or in how little you want. Much of the debt crisis in our nation has been caused by our failure to be satisfied with enough. In a brilliant section of Proverbs, we find this prayer. This is Proverbs 37 through 9. Oh God, I beg two favors from you. Let me have them before I die. First, help me to never tell a lie. Second, give me neither poverty nor riches. Give me just enough to satisfy my needs. For if I grow rich, I may deny you and say, who is the Lord? And if I'm too poor, I may steal and thus insult your holy name. Having read that, always try to observe these 6 rules when it comes to borrowing. Debt is wrong if, number 1, it's beyond your ability to repay it on a timely basis. Debt is wrong, number 2, when it prevents you from giving God what's rightfully His. Number 3, when the burden of debt is so heavy you can't save for the future. Number 4, when it's used to pay for the luxuries of life. Number 5, when you put others at risk by having them guarantee a loan. More on that in Proverbs 6, 1 through 6. And number 6, debt is wrong when it puts your marriage under financial pressure. Financial expert Larry Briquette said credit is the ultimate motivating factor for perhaps 80% of all divorces. That's a big number. That's not to say being rich guarantees that you'll never have family problems. Wealthy people have problems too. It's simply a matter of saying that putting money first and your family second can make you nothing more than a wealthy loser. So before you borrow, pray and ask God for wisdom. Now that's it for today and for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in. It is the weekend. 2 things. There's always 2 things with me. Number 1, I'll see you in church on Sunday. Spend some quality time with your family. That's one thing. The other thing is I'll see you at the webinar today at 4 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for tuning in. Whoever you are, wherever you are, may God continue to richly bless you with His mercy and with His grace. And I'll see you at the bell.
Remember this, there is no greater return on investment than to see a human life changed and given hope. As always, pray hard and trade safe. Any financial information discussed on this show is simply the opinion of our host, Dwayne Reeves, his co-hosts, and guests. To learn more about trading Emini Futures or to take a 1-week free trial in our live trading room, call 1-866-928-3310. 866-928-3310. Information discussed on this radio program should not be construed as a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Always do your own due diligence and consult with a licensed securities broker or financial planner before making any investment decision.
And we've taken all that time to learn something, and then